How's it going, everyone? Hope everyone's doing alright. So this video is about self-discipline and how it's obviously quite important at a time like this, you know, where everyone's stuck at home, maybe feeling a bit frustrated and perhaps lacking in motivation a bit. I made a video before about like the fallacy of motivation, kind of why I think motivation is a bit of a bullshit concept, and I think a lot of that kind of applies to this as well. So basically the gist of that was that like it's no good to be reliant on feeling motivated in order to achieve a long-term goal, because you know that motivation is only going to come to you in little drips and drabs. It's not going to be a consistent thing that you have in order to, you know, put in that consistent effort and work in that you need to achieve your goals. So like that is kind of why, you know, motivation just doesn't work as a concept. It's all about like self-discipline, having that strength from that you have from within, that conviction to just say, fuck it, this is what I'm doing, these are the steps I'm taking, I'm going to consistently do those steps. So that's kind of what I mean by self-discipline. And I guess it applies now, especially because, you know, because you're stuck at home, you're kind of bored, you're frustrated, you're not feeling good, I guess. And so, you know, it's important to have those kind of goals and those aims, and to kind of work on those, and use the kind of the fact that we've got a lot of free time right now, take advantage of that fact, and you know, use that to your advantage to kind of sit down, work on something that you really wanted to do, whether it's, you know, learning a new language, doing meditation, spiritual stuff, you know, business stuff, whatever it is. You know, use this time to do some of that stuff, but of course, you know, balance it with, you know, playing video games, watching films, etc. But just, you know, too much of one thing can really, you know, put you in a bad place, I guess. And yeah, I guess it's also important to do exercise as well, because, you know, right now, you know, everyone's kind of stuck at home, and like the temptation is there to just eat food, and just sit around, just be lazy, not doing any exercise. You know, you put on weight quite easily. And you know, I'm a little bit worried myself, because, you know, the girls, you know, after this is all over, you know, some of the girls might end up being a bit flabby. We don't really want that. So yeah, it's important, I would say, to you know, go out, do exercise, even if it's just walking around, whatever it is. You know, it's important to you know, just do a little bit of something different to kind of, you know, burn some calories, I guess, and get the blood flowing. And yeah, I think also, you know, the fact that everyone's stuck at home, you know, it's easy to kind of fall into like bad behavior patterns, or like, you know, addictive behavior patterns, like, you know, being on your phone 24/7, just negative things that kind of fuck your mind up. You know, it's easy to kind of fall into that trap right now, because there's literally nothing else to do. But that's what I'm saying, you know, having that discipline to kind of be like, okay, I'm going to stop doing this, spent, you know, half an hour, whatever amount of time on this, now let's focus on something else, something a bit more productive, whatever that is, whatever it is that you really want to do. You know, think to yourself, what is it that I really want to do in my life? Use the time now to kind of work on that if you can. Rather than just being like, oh fuck it, I'll just watch some Netflix right now, and just before you know it, the whole day's gone just doing that, and you've fucked the whole day. So yeah, think in those terms, I would say. So I guess in terms of like actually implementing this self-discipline, I think like the first step really is to think about, you know, what is your goal. Just think about what is your goal and write it down. Mentally think about it and mentally understand what that goal is. And then second of all, think about those actual actionable steps that you can take in order to achieve that goal. So for example, you know, you might have a really, you know, ambitious goal, say to like run the London Marathon, and in order to do that you need to become fitter. So you, instead of just saying, oh, I'm just going to run around when I have the time, you know, just think about a more actionable step, like, oh, okay, I can spend like, you know, 20 minutes a day running around around the block or whatever, you know, something like that you can say, and that's an actual actionable step. And second of all, is then a case of actually committing to that action plan. So instead of obviously, you know, just saying, oh, I'm just going to run around for a bit, it's actually a case of saying, okay, this is what I want to do. It's 20 minutes running around. I'm going to stick to that every single day. And think to yourself, okay, I've committed to that, now I'm going to fucking do it. So it's not about, oh, I woke up today and I don't really feel very motivated. It's like, fuck that. It's like, okay, I know what the action plan is, I know what the plan is. It's a case of just fucking doing it. It's all about action. Become more motivated by taking that action, not the other way around. So that's what it's all about, really. And obviously, you know, after this coronavirus stuff blows over, same's going to apply to, like, you know, picking up girls, improving your dating life, etc. It's not a case of, oh, I want to get laid. It's about those actionable steps to become less socially anxious, to become more confident, and to improve conversation skills to the point where, you know, go up, speak to girls, eventually go on dates, and eventually get laid, and eventually form relationships, etc. So that's what it's about. It's like those small steps that you can achieve a long-term goal. Cheers for watching. If you'd be interested in one-to-one coaching with me, where we'll go out in public and work on you approaching girls, or more generally with your social confidence, please visit my website ed-game.com.